Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In the world of Korean entertainment, where every gesture is magnified and every moment becomes a headline, one particular interaction has once again taken over the internet. It happened quietly, almost subtly, yet it carried enough emotional weight to send fans into a frenzy across social media platforms. Today, we're diving deep into what really happened minutes after that touch between Lee Min-ho and Kim Go Eun, and what he privately told her that left fans breathless, stunned, and completely captivated. This moment didn't just spark rumors. It reignited an entire flame surrounding the two stars whose chemistry has never once stopped being the center of attention. And now, with this new development, fans are questioning whether this is finally the confirmation they've been waiting for all along. It all started at an event where both Lee Min-ho and Kim Go Eun appeared unexpectedly. While they had been busy with their separate schedules for months, no one predicted that they would cross paths again in such a quiet yet heart-stopping way. The venue was lively, filled with media, fans, and industry insiders. But among the crowd, something unfolded that no one could have predicted. Observers described it as a small moment, but as fans know, sometimes the smallest moments between Min-ho and Go Eun carry the biggest meanings. When they accidentally touched hands, a light brush of fingers that lasted barely a second, the atmosphere around them shifted. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't staged. It was real, and everyone who saw it felt the sudden change in energy. Kim Go Eun looked surprised, but not in a way that suggested discomfort. It was more like she was taken back to a familiar place, a familiar warmth she hadn't felt in a while. Lee Min-ho, on the other hand, seemed momentarily stunned, as if the brief contact reminded him of something he had been trying to keep concealed. Cameras flashed, fans gasped quietly, and staff members pretended not to react. But the moment was already captured, circulating online within seconds. What fans didn't know, however, was that the real story didn't happen in front of the cameras. The real story began after that touch, during the next few minutes when Lee Min-ho made a decision that would leave fans speechless. Sources close to the event revealed that after the accidental touch, Min-ho discreetly moved away from the crowded center. He seemed unusually deep in thought, glancing back toward Go Eun more than once. It was the look of someone battling between staying professional and giving in to an emotion he could no longer ignore. Kim Go Eun, meanwhile, continued greeting people, but she too kept glancing in Min-ho's direction, quietly assessing him. Their interactions may have been subtle, but their connection has always had a way of revealing itself even in silence. A few minutes later, Min-ho finally stepped toward her. Slowly, calmly, but with a purpose. Staff members tried not to draw attention, but it was clear that something significant was about to happen. Fans watching the raw footage later said they could feel the tension, not the uncomfortable kind, but the kind filled with unspoken history, unresolved feelings, and something deeply emotional. Min-ho approached her when she was momentarily alone. There was no audience, no flashing lights, no media waiting with microphones. Just the two of them in a quiet corner of the venue. He leaned in gently, lowering his voice, so softly that no one could hear the exact words. But several witnesses saw Go Eun's reaction, and that alone was enough to send the internet into chaos. According to someone who stood nearby, Min-ho began by apologizing softly for the incident earlier. Not because it was awkward, but because the unexpected touch had brought back memories that he wasn't sure she wanted to revisit. His voice was calm, but his eyes looked unusually emotional. Kim Go Eun, startled by his sincerity, told him that he didn't need to apologize. She said the moment had surprised her only because it felt so familiar, too familiar. Witnesses said her expression softened in a way they hadn't seen in a long time, like something inside her had quietly cracked open. Then came the private words, the ones that left Go Eun still, stunned, and visibly emotional. Lee Min-ho told her, in a low and unwavering voice, that he never forgot the last time they held hands. He never forgot how natural it felt, how instinctive, how effortless. He told her that seeing her again, and feeling that touch even for a fraction of a second, reminded him of something he had pushed aside for too long. something he had been afraid to confront. And then he said something that made Go Eun's eyes widen softly. He told her that he missed her. Not in the simple, casual way colleagues say it, but in a way that carried years of unsaid emotions. That one sentence, "I missed you," was enough to break through the calm facade Go Eun tried to maintain. She didn't step back. She didn't laugh it off. Instead, she looked at him with a mixture of surprise, relief, and something else, something deeper. She whispered that she missed him too. But the intensity of that moment wasn't just in the words exchanged. Observers said that the way they looked at each other was unlike anything fans had seen since the King, Eternal Monarch. It wasn't the gaze of former co-stars, nor the look of casual acquaintances. It was the gaze of two people who shared something real, something powerful, something unfinished. After their private conversation, both of them seemed different. Min-ho appeared lighter, like a weight had been lifted from him. Go Eun looked quietly emotional, as if the brief exchange had stirred feelings she thought she had buried. Rumors began spreading immediately. Staff members who caught glimpses of the moment talked among themselves, unable to hide their shock. Fans online began analyzing every detail: the touch, the glances, the private conversation. Their chemistry, once believed to be just for the screen, now felt undeniably real again. Minutes after their conversation ended, a short clip surfaced showing Min-ho discreetly watching Go Eun from across the room. The look on his face was unmistakable, soft, protective, longing. It was the kind of expression you don't give to just anyone. And Go Eun? She seemed quietly aware of his gaze, smiling subtly when she thought no one was looking. As the event ended, the two left separately, maintaining professionalism. But something had changed. Something significant. Something that fans felt immediately. This wasn't just a reunion. This wasn't just a viral moment. This was something deeper, something emotional, something intimate, something that suggested their story is far from over. And now, with fans flooding social media, demanding answers, and expressing their renewed belief in their connection, one thing has become clear. Lee Min-ho's private words to Kim Go Eun have opened a new chapter in a story that continues to captivate the world. Whether they choose to reveal more or keep things private, one thing is certain. What happened minutes after that touch has left fans breathless, wondering if this is the beginning of something beautiful, something real, between the two